It's a cooperative game. It is a game where you are supposed to be working together. You are an adventuring party. You are working together to help get to a common goal, all as one group.
But we wanted to take it one step farther than that. We don't want to settle for cooperation, so we try to make our game collaborative. And collaboration being not just two is better than one, but that if we all play our roles just right, and if we all do what's ours to do, we're actually more than the sum of our parts. So we do a lot of world building in our games to really set the collaborative tone at the very beginning of the game, where whenever we enter into a new city, I take my DM screen and I fold it down, which is my signal that we're world building, and we create the name of the city with a little whiteboard that I have, and we create the city one letter at a time. So sometimes it ends up this horrible cluster of consonants, renting into crazy. And then we go around and we'll all say something we know about the city. Oh, it's floating above the ocean. It's got people made of rock, all the kinds of crazy things we'll come up with before we enter into the city, and then we kind of improvise, and then I put the DM screen back up, and that signals that I'm back in my role. And it's fundamental to the way that people play at Wheelhouse Workshop groups.
You should tell the Biagafma story.
Okay. Once the same party that jumped on the back and was screaming earlier with the spider, they're going through the same dungeon, and they were about to go into another door, and I paused the game and I put down the DM screen and I had them think back to their character's childhood. And they had all heard a cautionary tale about a horrible, monstrous troll. And so we created the name of the troll and came up with the name Biagafma. It's awesome. And then I had the players each go around the circle and say something that their character had heard when they were a child about Biagafma. And because these tales all take different forms in all the different towns that they were from, even Crystal Pissick, they could come up with anything. So one person said, well, I heard Biagafma snatches children out of their bed when they're asleep. Well, I heard Biagafma punishes kids who lie by eating them. And somebody else said, oh, my uncle makes us go into the woods and leave offerings to Biagafma, or else he'll punish our village. So we did all this great creative backstory for Biagafma, and then I lifted my GM screen back up, which signaled that I was back in control. And then when they entered into the next room, the light was dark, and as their eyes slowly adjusted, they heard a voice come from the darkness. Hello, look who's come to play with Biagafma. And that was like 6 months ago. And they still talk about Biagafma. They still ask me to do the voice.